Rebounded by the Broncos.
Nice shot by Abby O'Connor, just didn't get it to fall.
And you saw right there from the rebound, straight to a fast break, and there's a three by the Broncos off the line, rebounded by Gonzaga.
The Zags definitely have a faster paced game for a college women's team.
Yeah, they like to get out in transition. And that's going to be a travel there. She went up, came back down, tried to walk again. They definitely have a faster transition than most teams. And there you see Bill Carr, head coach of Santa Clara. And again, he likes to push it as well. There you go, looking from down court underneath the basket. That one's in.
Now that was just great. Great vision, great eyes, way to be silent at the basket and sneak it by. Easy 2 points.
They don't want to take it slow. You don't want to fall down too much here. Be tough to come back against this great defensive Gonzaga team. That one's up and off, rebounded by Santa Clara.
Definitely agree. The shots haven't been falling for the Broncos, but they are still playing poised, looking for the open possessions and not just throwing anything up.
Drives to the rim, puts up the layup. It is off and rebounded by Gonzaga again. They're looking to push the pace, find Walker down the court, up and in.
All right, this is what I'm talking about. Those girls, they can get from one end to the other. Broncos need to get back, get in the paint, get somebody on the court so it's not an easy 2 points for the Zags because they will run this court up.
That was a rebound, 2 passes without a dribble for the two. Just passing the 6-minute mark here. Tron goes to the rack and one. Count that one. Great play underneath the basket to get it in there, and she'll go to the line for one more. Kaylin Trong will come in now. And Yvonne Ejim for the Zags. As that one's up and in, she converts. So you got Kaylee and Kaylin on the same court at the same time.
Love to see it.
This one's out to the three-point line. Passing it around the three-point line is Santa Clara. Back around, looking inside. There's nothing there. Goes out to Van Allen. Van Allen looking to do something. About 5 seconds left. 2 seconds, 1 second on the shot clock. The shot goes up and it is over. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Shout out to the Zags defense, making it hard for them to just find anything with space and availability. Everything was kind of close in contact.
Shutting down that perimeter, but also making sure they can't get inside. Keeping the size in the middle. You mentioned Lindsey Van Allen for the Broncos. If they want to be in this game, she has to do something. She's the best scorer on the team.
Lindsey Van Allen leads the WCC in scoring with 19.6 points per game.
And that'll be a foul there. Kempton will go to the line. There you see Van Allen. Again, this is a fast-paced team. They score just under 70 points a game, even though they're 14 and 11. First shot is up and off for Kempton. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. 12-2 Gonzaga. That second one's in too. I should say that second one's in. She missed the first one. Full court pressure, but nothing doing there. They get it across. They're trying to speed up. Gets underneath the basket. Nothing there. Back out to the three-point line for the Broncos. Tried to go around, but it was tipped by Gonzaga. Falls out of bounds. Kayla Williams will come in. Kaylee Trong will take a seat. Lana Hollingsworth will also make an appearance. Santa Clara works a lot from the perimeter, it seems. Looking to almost ISO and get inside. There's another shot clock violation.
Great defense, Zags.
They're putting a lot of pressure outside. They're not able to drive in, and that's forcing these violations for Santa Clara.
Definitely making it hard for the Broncos to get to the basket, or like you said, even to pass the ball around the perimeter.
Strong gives it to Walker. Williams, little floater, that's good.
I love that.
Great shot there, great screen as well for her to get around.
Last time we were on, we were speaking a lot about her defense and how long she is and how quick she moves and the pressure that she applies on defense. But we wanted her to get a basket in so she can get that confidence and keep going. See her scoring and contributing on the offense and defense side.
There's a foul there by Melody Kempton, so she'll take a seat. Verjoge will come back in. Merrill Veal will go to the line for the Broncos. On the monitor, we can only see and this shot number 2, and it is good. That'll make it 15-4. Zags still have a pretty commanding lead here in the first quarter.
Broncos just haven't been able to get any easy looks, open looks, besides that quick, fast break two-pointer.
And they can't get the fast breaks now because Gonzaga is really shutting it down. Gonzaga's a lot of size. It's hard to get the rebound and go into transition with them. Little jumper there for Verjoge, and that's good.
Little smile on her face as she makes that. She doesn't really take a lot of shots, but when she does and they go in, everybody loves to see it.
You're starting to see maybe the mid-range a little closer to the key might be open there. That's too straight for the Zags. Santa Clara looking for anything. They can't get a pass off. That is tipped by Trong, but then fouled by Trong as well.
Worst part about those, good and exciting defensive plays, you start getting excited, and then ref blows the whistle, and then you got a foul.
You're like, man, all that work just for a foul.
Just for a foul.
Abby O'Connor will come in for Sierra Walker. You see the rotation in full swing now for the Zags. That is passed in, but is passed beyond half court, and it will go out of bounds. It looks like it might have been tipped, and they will call it tipped. And this one gets in bounds, no problem, and about 15 seconds to go up court and make a shot here. Harake looks around, finds Van Allen. Van Allen drives the baseline, finds nothing, goes to a long 2. That one's off, rebounded though, and fouled hard was Stafford. She goes down.
Real shaken up. Hopefully she's okay.
Looks like she might have taken one on the chin there on the rebound, and they'll be medically attended to there. So we got a 17-4 lead for Gonzaga. There's just over 3 minutes left here, and Gonzaga's really finding that fast break.
They definitely are. The fact that it's 17 points in the first quarter and they've been able to hold the Broncos to 4 points just goes to show you how their defense has just been phenomenal all year and why they why they are first in the WCC in scoring defense.
Still being attended to there on the floor. Gonzaga talking it over. They're probably like, hey, keep the pressure on. It's working. We're going to get these turnovers. We're right there each time. It's very close, but they're just not. They've had a couple of turnovers here, but, some have gone out of bounds. We just saw the one with Trong on the foul, and if they keep doing that, there's going to be a lot more points. And Stafford is up and walking. And she'll head over to the bench. I want to give a shout out to the cheer team there. Great job on them. They took their noise boards and covered the face while she was being attended to. I really like that. I don't think that's something you shouldn't be showing everybody that. So I really do. I want to give a shout out to them for being such good people.
Definitely want to commend them. I was over here clapping when I saw that. I was like, that was so nice.
Very good on them, and she's going to get a warm hand as she goes into the locker room to get further evaluated. Looked like a hit to the face, so it'll probably be concussion protocols, and might have broke some skin there too. So she'll be getting attended to, but we'll be getting back to the game here. It'll be Santa Clara ball, as Stafford did get the rebound on that. I think Coach Carr is asking why wasn't there a foul, and there is one now.
Right.
Just like that, there would be a foul, but it was. He might have been looking for more than just a personal foul. He might have been looking for something more egregious, as she was hit pretty hard in the face.
She did go down hard.
And Van Allen gets the ball, does a step back, but forgets the dribble, and it'll be Gonzaga ball. So all that just for a turnover. And Gonzaga will take it down court, passes it around a little bit, and they are on their side of the court. Trong has the ball and sets up the play. Just under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. 17-4 Gonzaga. Passing it around mid-range. Outside, Trong fakes it, goes inside, runs back outside. 2 seconds to shoot, 1 second to shoot, tries to draw the foul. Oh, what a shot.
That's such a talented young lady right there. Kaylin Trong, such a talented young lady. The way they can just create those little shots and get it to go down like that, I think they love buzzer shots personally.
I do too, and her sister, who's now coming into the game, she's over by the scorer's table. She's coming in now for her sister, laughing the whole time as that shot goes in, just like, are you kidding me?
Those are the two. That is something you're going to see on either twin's face, is a smile from either the first, second, third, fourth. They're going to crack a smile during the game for sure.
With all that, Lindsey Van Allen will go to the line, and she makes her first shot. That is Van Allen's first make of the game, and that's her only make of the game so far. She has 1 point, and Rajoge is fouled on the rebound. Harake makes the foul. And here we go. The three pass around, that seems to be a tradition going across for Gonzaga.
Easily breaking the Broncos' press.
Yep. Trong looks towards the middle to Williams. Williams out to O'Connor. O'Connor drives the baseline, but then decides against it. Looks inside to Ejim. Ejim drives into the lane, into the key, goes for the two, and just misses it. Rebounded by Santa Clara. Under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. An eventful first quarter.
For the Zags, definitely.
That one's up and in by Veal. We have a lot of points. We had a couple timeouts.
That was a nice aggressive move to the basket by Veal, though.
I wonder if we're going to see more of that going forward. That's the only points they've really gotten. They've gotten a couple of free throws going, but aggressive layups have been the only way for points for them so far.
I would hope to see some aggressive moves to the basket and, you know, some different offensive plays to get them back in this game and make it a good game. But knowing how the Zags are with their quick transition, their good defense, we'll see what's to come.
O'Connor with the travel there. She didn't agree with it, but I don't think players ever agree with the travel.
Unless she just flat out, no, I traveled. Then you smile a little bit.
They completely agree or they completely disagree.
Right, there's no gray area.
No gray area. And then Anna Johnson comes in for the Broncos, and Van Allen looking to drive. She can't get anything driving going, but there's a three, and it's good. She comes into the game and hits a three immediately.
And that's what you want from your players off the bench. Come in, do something for us. Give us a spark, give us some energy.
O'Connor has it on the near side of the screen, passes out to Trong. Trong looking for the screen, gets the screen, drives to the basket, loses her dribble a little bit, and then goes out to O'Connor, fakes the three, comes back towards the middle, goes up the key, goes outside to Williams. Williams looks to drive, goes to the middle, looks for the floater, tries to pass it inside. It is stolen away by Santa Clara.
Just a lot of commotion around the paint, in the paint.
20 seconds left here in the first quarter. 19-10 Bulldogs. When we see a break here, looks like we'll have a complete platoon switch for the Zags. Harake gets inside. It is tipped away there by Verjoge. 2 seconds. Trong gets the ball. You know she's going to want to take this one, and just short. The full court buzzer beater. So there we are at the end of one. It is 19-10. Bulldogs, you are watching Gonzaga basketball here on the WCC Network on Stadium. Welcome back to the kennel. The Bulldogs have a 19-10 lead to start the second quarter. And Bria, they were singing happy birthday.
Yes, they were. There. Eliza Hollingsworth, it's her 21st birthday today. A redshirt sophomore out of Australia.
Santa Clara starts with the ball, and Van Allen looked to drive and then takes a shot. It is off. Rebounded there by Santa Clara.
Great rebound by Johnson.
Anna Johnson has been all over the place. She came in, she hit a three, she's getting rebounds, and she had a steal, I think, as well. So really doing everything for Santa Clara.
Which is probably exactly what the coach wants from somebody off the bench.
Somebody at all so far. They've been
somebody
struggling.
At all.
They're shooting under 20. They're shooting 25% exactly on the game, which is rough. And the Bulldogs, unbelievable, shooting 72%. As Sierra Walker puts up a three, and it's in.
C for three. I just love that saying. Started the game with her three. Started the second quarter with her three.
I'm going to go on the limb and say she likes that when you say that too, C for three.
I think so.
Passed around to the outside, still up towards the three-point line. Santa Clara always looking to drive, and just there's nothing there. Gonzaga is pushing it down. About 7 seconds left on the shot clock. They drive in, and that one is off. Rebounded by Walker. She's pushing it now. They have numbers. She looks out to Trong. Trong lines up for three, and that one is off. But rebounded, put up, and rebounded again. Just trying to add to her stats there.
Just trying to add to her stats.
Melody Kempton gets the two.
2 rebounds, 2 points.
It's all of a sudden 24-10. Gonzaga.
For the Broncos to get back in this game, or to get in this game, Lindsey Van Allen, their star player, needs to, put some boards up, put some points up. They're looking for her to be the one to contribute a little bit.
One of the top players in WCC points-wise, and she has 1 point so far in this game. They are smothering her at the three-point line, though. And that one is off, but there's a foul on the floor. And that one's on the birthday girl. Happy birthday. Here's a foul.
I think she would have liked a different present, maybe. Maybe.
Hopefully a win will suffice that. Maybe it'll erase the ref's gift. But
I think so.
the ball will stay with Santa Clara. To get it back out to the three-point line. Hollingsworth, she goes up for a layup, tough layup, and that one's in.
I actually like the aggressiveness that she had going into that. Kind of seemed like I'm going for this no matter what, and the confidence, go in. That's all you need sometimes.
All of their non-free throw points, except for 1 or 2 threes so far, I think they have 1 3, have been those tough layups.
That's good. They're getting inside the paint now because at the end of the first quarter, they only have 4 points in the paint, where the Zags had 12 points in the paint, which will, show a huge difference in the score, especially because points in the paint are going to be easier than three-point shots.
I think the biggest stat coming out of the first quarter was Gonzaga has more turnovers, and they had a 9-point lead.
Definitely peep that, too, on the stat sheet.
That's what happens when you shoot over 70% from the field, though.
Right. And then get those rebounds. You get all those second chances. Oh. Great dish by Sierra Tamel.
Unbelievable pass. No look around the corner. Here you go.
She's been having a couple of those dimes saying, trying to get like the Trong twins. Yeah.
That one's up for 3, and that one's off. Rebounded by Gonzaga. Pass up to Trong. Both Trong sisters are in the game. Kaylee has the ball right now.
Honestly, the way they're all looking, I can see any of the Trongs and Sierra ready for that three-point shot.
She goes around the corner but cannot make a shot from the paint. It'll be Santa Clara ball. About 6.5 left here in the second quarter. It's 26-12, Gonzaga. Van Allen has it kicked off her shoe. Nice pick, and goes to Trong. Trong goes inside and makes the layup.
Easy too.
Kaylee Trong with a nice lay-in. Melody Kempton with a very nice pass, very quick after getting the ball, almost like a touch pass to set that up. Bryce Nixon in the game. She had the ball, gives it out to Van Allen. Van Allen back to the top. And that is an offensive foul. It'll go back to the Zags. Yvonne Ejim coming in. Bree Salenbine as well. Kempton and Walker will take a seat, get some rest. Hollingsworth stays on the court with the Trong sisters.
They put Vonnie in the middle of that half court just now to break that press, and the press was broke within a second. One pass.
Trong looks back out to Hollingsworth. Salenbine in the corner for 3. That one is off. It's almost lost out of bounds. Alana Hollingsworth on the court, and that one is good by Bryce Nixon.
And that was a good shot by Nixon. She looked ready for the shot, caught the ball, release, 3 points. Sometimes you got to play with some confidence, know that you're ready for it, and things just start to turn around.
Nice pass there inside the Ejim, and that one's good.
Good finish.
That's what happens when you take those outside shots and you make them. You get pressured, opens up for other people.
Definitely.
Looks inside, nice pass there, and fouled.
That was actually a great lob pass. I think Edmondson just didn't know maybe where she was, but she got the foul, so that's all that matters.
And we will be back here on the WCC Network on Stadium. 30-15, Gonzaga leads. We'll be back after this. Back at McCarthy Center in Spokane, Washington, the Gonzaga Bulldogs lead the Santa Clara Broncos 30-15. Just under 5 minutes left in the second quarter. They gave us the stat sheet and something jumped off, and I looked, and we both have it circled. Points in the paint, 20-6 in Gonzaga's favor. I mean, obviously in Gonzaga's favor. Santa Clara has 15 points.
Right. That's definitely from the points in the paint. They have to get in there and get them, try to get the layups. As we've seen, a lot of their layups have been tougher shots, but when that's all you're presented with, it's what you got to get. That's what you got to do.
Fourth made free throw on the day for Santa Clara. 4 of their 16 points are from free throws alone.
It's a good thing they're hitting their free throws. They only missed one, and that's helping them stay.
And it was their best player,
right.
Van Allen. Ed Mason makes both of her free throws, so it's 30-17. 4:45 left here in the second. Hollingsworth for 2. That one is off. Rebound by Santa Clara. Not as much pressure going around. Nice play by Salenbein. Great all-around play. Let's see if Santa Clara gets it back. They're going to go for a jump ball, though. Great play by
Great
Salenbein.
Hustle. Yeah, great hustle by all the Zags. Bree saved it. Vanno got on the floor for it. Bree was right back in there after she saved it to try to get it back.
And it goes to Gonzaga, so it is a turnover. So overall, great play.
Great hustle.
Salenbein will now take the ball for the Zags. She gets inside to Ejim. Ejim turn around looking. Finds Walker in the corner. Walker for 3. That one's off. That's her first missed 3 of the game. Hollingsworth will give it out to Nixon. Nixon back into the middle. Looking to drive is Santa Clara. They do drive. Finds a pass, but brings it back outside to Nixon. Nixon gets a screen from Veal and gives it back out to Veal. About 9 seconds. She can't handle it. Back to Nixon. About 5 seconds to shoot. She pulls up for 3, and that one is off and rebounded by O'Connor.
Yeah, the Zags just aren't giving them anything easy. So anything they can get, it's not going to be an easy shot. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. But that's where you get your confidence and know that, hey, I can play basketball. I can make these shots. I can get to the basket and knock down this and possibly draw the foul.
It just seems like the game plan is to drive, and when it's not there, they don't have the backup plan, and they're just passing around the perimeter and hoping for the best, and it's just not there. Walker has the ball. She crosses it up, goes for the little floater, and that one falls in.
Shooter's touch.
Left-hand floater for Sierra Walker.
I always love seeing lefties play. I just thought it was so cool. Like, everybody uses their right hand, and here you are shooting with your left.
Salenbein draws the foul there. Sorry, gives the foul. 2 shots for Laura Edmondson. Verjogi comes back in for Hollingsworth, and the first shot is good. So they're making their free throws. That's a plus.
Yeah, 2 claps for the Broncos.
Second one is up and in, so they make both their free throws again. Just over 3 minutes left before the half. Salenbein brings the ball up. Verjogi goes out to Walker in the corner, drives the baseline, but comes right back out to the perimeter. Connor swings it around. They get it inside. Now to Verjogi. She looks underneath the basket. Finds O'Connor in the corner for 3, and that one is off. Rebounded by the Zags. Put it right back up and in. Nice play there by Verjogi.
Way to use her size. Emerson isn't small, but Anna does have a little bit more size on her. So to keep her hands up and just stay strong, go back up.
Trying to drive again. There's nothing going. Shooting for 3, and that one is off. O'Connor with the rebound.
Nice look.
3-on-2. Nothing doing. They slow it down. Ejim passes to the near side. O'Connor. Connor back to the middle, and Walker out to Salenbein, who goes up for 3, and it's off the back rim. Nice tip by Salenbein there. She misses the three, but then she hustles to get back on defense and make sure they don't get the easy layup.
That's what you want from any player, though. Play through your mistakes. Play through the game. It's going to keep going. You're not going to make every shot. You're going to get a foul. You're going to get a turnover, but keep playing because right there just makes you feel good about what's to come.
Kaylee Trong comes in. Michaela Williams comes in for the Zags. Walker will take a seat in Salembine. Looking inside, O'Connor tips it, and it is stolen away by the Zags.
So in the St. Mary's game, one thing we noticed a lot is the Zags' defense and their deflections. They get around their players. They keep their arms up. They're perfect help defense. Wow.
It's like a 3 seconds called on the Zags. Not a call you see a lot of.
And you probably should see it more in girls and men's basketball. However, you don't really see it that often.
And
so when it is called, it's like,
It's interesting to see it called, but there it is. And that one's tipped away by Ejim. She goes end to end and puts the lay-in up.
Beautiful.
She's like, enough of this perimeter passing.
Right.
36-19 Gonzaga, and they almost do it again. Couldn't get the hand on it this time. Van Allen for three. That one is off. Rebounded by Santa Clara, though, and fouled by Trong. Edmondson has 6 points for Santa Clara. She leads the team today. Sierra Walker with 10 leading the team. Verjoge with 7 boards. Leading Gonzaga, leading the game. Outside for three for Santa Clara. That one is off and looked like it was a foul on Gonzaga. So stay with Santa Clara. Number 4, Anna Johnson. Number 11, Bryce back in Santa Clara. 55 seconds left here in the second quarter. It's passed out to the corner there and driving in, laying up, and it is off. It's the first tough layup they've missed this entire game. Williams takes it end to end, and now she'll reset. Tron gets it for Verjoge out to O'Connor. Inside to Ejim. Ejim fakes the pull, looks to drive, goes inside in the paint, and just missed the layup, but gets her own rebound and puts it in for two.
I like how controlled she was that whole time. She had a pump fake, a couple jab steps to see if she was going to throw her off, got around her. Didn't get the shot to fall, but stayed right at the basket, got her own rebound and back up.
One thing Gonzaga's got to look out for, they have 9 fouls. I mean, it's almost halftime. There's 10 seconds left. Just got to watch that in the second half. 6 seconds. Nixon for three. That one is off. We got 2, 1. Trong will put it up, and that one will not go in, so we will go to the half. It is 38-19, Gonzaga over Santa Clara. They are having an unbelievable game in the fast break and in the paint.
Definitely.
So we will take a break here on the WCC Network on Stadium. We'll be back with some halftime stats for you. Stay tuned. It is halftime here in the kennel. Back here in the kennel, Gonzaga holds a 38-19 lead at the half. And what we've seen so far is points in the paint and fast breaks for Gonzaga.
Right, Gonzaga now has 28 points in the paint, while the Broncos have 6 points in the paint. And then the fast breaks, Gonzaga has 2 points from fast breaks, while the Broncos only have 2 points from fast breaks, which just shows you who's getting back down court and who's getting those deflections to get those easy 2 points.
You want to talk about consistency. Gonzaga in the first quarter, 19 points. Gonzaga in the second quarter, 19 points to get to 38. And Santa Clara broke 10 in the first, but couldn't break 10 in the second. It's been a rough shooting day for them.
Now, the person on the Zags who has the most points right now is Sierra Walker at just 10 points. The rest of the points have been mixed around throughout the players. So I know the Zags are just playing good basketball, moving the ball around, finding the open person. The person who's open is knocking down the shot, whether that's the three-pointer or the two-point.
And it's been a story all year for the Zags. It's been said on plenty of broadcasts that they don't have that one person. They don't have a Lindsey Van Allen on their team. Everybody gets the rock. Everybody can score. And anybody can be that dangerous player any night. And that's why they're so good, and that's why they're going to be very lethal come the tournament.
Definitely. During the tournament, I know one thing that the Zags have to rely on is their depth of the bench. Now, the bench today, they have 10 points while the Broncos have 12. But in the game versus St. Mary's, they came off the bench with 30 points while the St. Mary's only had 6 points off the bench. Their depth of the Zags is so phenomenal. You can have Kaylin come off the bench and give you 18 points. Like, that's not a six-man, that's a starter. But that's the great thing about the Zags.
Some quick halftime stats for you really quick. For the game, Santa Clara is now shooting 20%, so their percentage went down from the first quarter, 14% from three, but 87% from the free throw line. Gonzaga came out hot, shooting 72.7% in the first quarter, but that fell to 52.9%. They took more threes, 1 of 2 in the first quarter, but 1 of 6 in the second quarter. Unbelievably, not one free throw attempted for Gonzaga in the second quarter, but they are shooting 60% on the day. That is still really good. 25% from three and 66% from the free throw line. With that, we will take another break. We'll have more stats coming from you in the kennel here on the WCC Network on Stadium. Stay right there. Welcome back to the Kennel McCarthy Center, the actual name for it, here in Spokane, Washington. And we are at the half with Gonzaga holding a very big lead over Santa Clara. This is something we kind of expected after last weekend, actually a couple days ago, I should even say,
Right.
when Gonzaga went into BYU and they really did not look great. You knew they were going to come out with fire and passion and try to get back into the winning column.
Definitely. The BYU game definitely set the Zags for something different that they've seen all year. However, in this game right now, they're showing who they are and what game they can play.
So let's look at a couple more stats here for both teams. Field goal percentage, we kind of talked about that earlier, but it's one of the biggest differences in the game right now because Gonzaga is shooting, 40% better from the field.
Literally. So that's huge. Like, the shots have to go in for you to, get points. The ball
Gotta make
has to
shots.
go through the basket, right? So for the Zags to be shooting the way they are, that's phenomenal for them. But the Broncos have to do something, whether that's a new offensive play drawn up for them to get more spacing, more opportunities to get that ball movement, to find the open person, to get the easy shot, or rather just drive to the basket and not maybe take the hardest layup ever, but something's got to give.
When we look at three-point percentage, it's 25-14 in favor of Gonzaga, but both teams have only hit 2 shots. Gonzaga only shot 2 threes in the entire first quarter. And I should say overall it is Santa Clara versus Sierra Walker, who's 2 for 3, and no one else has a made 3 for Gonzaga. So 2 made 3s to 2 made 3s. So it's not the 3-point that's actually making this big lead. It really is just not being able to make shots.
And it's those points in the paint. Like, I want to say most of GU's points have been layups, whether it's been the...
Yeah, 10 points have not been in the paint. 28 points, they have 38 points. That is an incredible number, and they obviously found the weak spot, and they're attacking it like crazy. Turnovers is a funny stat for me in this game because Gonzaga has almost 10 more turnovers than Santa Clara, and they're up 38-19. You don't see that ever in basketball.
But see, that's the thing with you playing through your mistakes. Yes, I turned the ball over, but I'm gonna go back and get a steal, and I'm gonna get my second. I'm gonna get second chances, whether that's the offensive rebounds or just playing great defense.
You know what another big difference is the points off turnovers are in favor of Gonzaga as well. So even though they have less turnovers, they've scored more points off turnovers.
Which goes back to the Broncos just not being able to finish at the basket off of anything.
And the last thing is the bench points, very close, 12-10 in favor of Santa Clara. So their bench is definitely picking them up. Obviously, they're in this game, but it's pulling away for Gonzaga. But keeping them in this game is the bench.
Kind of how we saw with Johnson and Nixon coming in off the bench and giving them some sparks, some energy, which is what we think the Broncos needed.
We'll have one more break here at the half. You are watching Gonzaga basketball. You're watching Gonzaga basketball as they take on Santa Clara. One more break, and then we'll get back to the action here on Stadium. Welcome back to the McCarthy Center. We're about to start the second half. Gonzaga leads 38-19 over Santa Clara. Gonzaga's going to keep looking to put pressure on the Broncos and keep looking to move in transition and score in the paint. Pull away from this a little bit. Only, including this one, there's only 3 games left in the kennel at all. Men's basketball has finished up, and this women's team has 2 more games, and then that's it. Then we're on to the tournament. It went so fast, didn't it?
It definitely went by super fast. I was telling my friend the other day, the first game was on Halloween, and then we celebrated Valentine's Day. Where did the time go?
It always happens that way. You're like, oh, it's going to be a long time, and then boom, it's gone. But
Boom.
24th, they'll play Pepperdine. On the 26th, they'll play LMU, but right now they're playing Santa Clara with a 38-19 lead, and Santa Clara has the ball, and here we go on the second half. Top of the key there is passed out. They're going to the baseline looking for a layup, and that one is in and one.
Nice.
Talked about it at halftime. Those tough layups were the only way they were getting points, and they come out of the half immediately looking for one of those tough layups and get it.
But that shows, we talked about how the Broncos are, how they have more points, how they average more points than GU at 69 points per game. But maybe that's why, because they can make the tough shots.
And I can see that, as we saw in the first half. All they tried to do is go from the perimeter to drive, and they just couldn't get the drive going. So let's see if they can find out a way to do that more here in the second half. Connor has the ball, looks inside to Verjoge. Verjoge takes the mid-ranger, and that one's in.
I like Anna shooting the mid-range shot. She doesn't do it all the time, but when she does and it goes in, it's a good feeling.
They kind of sagged off a little bit. She was trying to look to pass inside. She's like, well, if you're going to move away, I'm just going to shoot it.
Nice.
Again, looking to get inside. There's nothing there. Trong tries to make the pass to O'Connor, and it gets tipped away.
Both teams realizing the backdoor cutter coming in, kind of being in the way.
Van Allen misses the layup there. She had a pretty open look. I think she's expecting more contact. Trong looks towards the middle. Gives it off to Kempton. Kempton takes the mid-range now. And that's 2 free throws, basically, taken by the Zags.
No, that was a nice shot by Kempton. Running up there and being open and realizing that I am open, I can make this shot. Let's go ahead and pop it in for 2.
42-22. It's now a 20-point lead for Gonzaga, and that 3-pointer is off for Santa Clara.
I hate that it was off. That was probably the best spacing and the most open any Bronco player has been the entire day.
Inside, Verjoge. Verjoge goes around towards the middle, spins around, left hand just off. Rebounded by Santa Clara. They're looking to push the pace. Little move there and in.
And that was great by Hollingsworth to realize she got her feet set, but let's just go right past her. Kind of like a move you do when you're in 8th grade. And the coach is like, take the charge. But you're like, oh, I can go past this. I'm a little better than that.
O'Connor has it on the near side here. Goes inside to Kempton. Kempton fakes, goes inside, little sky hook, and that's in.
Okay, now that was a skill. That was Mel showing off her skills for sure.
She did a little fake, and she's like, I'm going to take this inside and get those 2 points back that we just lost. Pushed it back up to a 20-point lead. Van Allen for 3. That one is off. Walker with the rebound.
Melody now in double digits for the night at 11 points.
Goes inside to Verjoge. Verjoge fakes, looks to drive the baseline, pushes off. They're going to call charge. Clear charge there, no argument either side. See Bryce Nixon coming back in and Anna Johnson, 2 players off the bench that really shined for the Broncos in the first half.
Sorry to see what their spunk might do for the Broncos this half and in this 3rd quarter.
They're definitely trying to get in Van Allen's hands more, but she's just not making the shots. So that 3 is off for Santa Clara. Could be an over-the-back foul. Sierra tried to get that board and just tried a little too hard there, and be called for the foul. It is 44-24, just under 7 minutes in the third quarter. Let's see. Both Trong sisters on the court now as Walker's going to take a seat. Back to Van Allen. Van Allen takes a really tough shot. Just no space there at all and hits off the backboard. Trong drives, also takes a tough shot, but gets her own rebound, gets it out to her sister, fakes the three, goes inside, passes back for three. That one's good.
You can't help but kind of smile or laugh with them when they play together like that.
Kaylin passed it out, put her hand up, and started running down court before the shot even went up. She knew it was going in.
She knew. But to have that kind of faith and confidence in your teammates and your siblings, your sister, it's just it's
siblings.
It's so cool. One of the best things about life is definitely teammates, siblings, family, that family aspect.
Van Allen goes to the line. She is just forcing shots at this point, trying to get the Broncos back into the game. First free throw is up and in for Van Allen. Still shooting well for the line as a team. It's 9 for 10. And that one's 10 for 11 now. They only missed one shot. It was Van Allen that missed it, and she's going to come out and take a break.
Props to the Broncos, though, for making the free throws.
I got to imagine on the bench is going to be, hey, listen, we need you to step up, but you're doing too much right now. You're taking some shots that are taking away possessions.
She has to find her rhythm in today's game. It is definitely off for her, but you just got to find you. Once you find it, play your role.
Kaylin Trong from about the free throw line pulls up and hits it. Even bigger lead in it. Kaylin Trong takes it, picks the pocket, and goes end to end and into the crowd for 2 points.
Beautiful transition defense to offense.
Gonzaga's really pulling away with this game now. There's another steal. This time it's Ejim going end to end, and she puts it in.
Okay, we said that in the first quarter, and we're saying it again. Letting them get those steals, the fast breaks, they will run you out the gym, literally. And you got to slow them down when they start doing this because the score will just keep spacing out and spacing out. But great for the fans in the kennel.
After that loss to BYU, this is a great game to have as that one is off for Santa Clara, and that one will go out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga ball. This is the game they needed after that BYU loss.
Definitely. Remind themselves who they are. No, they still got it. It was a little hiccup, but get back on your feet.
So we'll take a quick break here from the kennel. Gonzaga leads 53-26 over Santa Clara. You're watching Gonzaga basketball on the WCC network here on Stadium. We're back here at McCarthy Center. Gonzaga holds a 53-26 lead over Santa Clara. Santa Clara is not happy right now. They are out on the court the entire halftime, or entire break there, media timeout. In the cheerleaders and everything, they're like, we're not playing around. We need to get out there. We need to get set.
Right, and you can tell by their faces they're seeming a little bit more focused or determined to get down to business.
It'll be Gonzaga ball here, and that's inside the Ejim, and that one is in.
Nice little tip in.
It just had enough legs to fall back in there. Now 55-26. Gonzaga. Lee Harris in the game now. She actually has the ball, and she just passed it out for the Broncos. Haven't seen much of her today. This one's driven in and blocked away. Harris gets the rebound, given back out and missed, but then rebounded again by Santa Clara. Shot up again and missed again, but that rebound goes to Gonzaga. That
was almost the best Broncos possession they had. I was like, oh.
They did everything they needed except put the ball in the basket.
Except that, which has been their struggle the entire game today.
Little step back jumper is off by Trong, and it'll be Santa Clara ball. Santa Clara drives inside, nice easy layup. Screen set there by Harris. Harris is 6'7", so she's a big presence down low for the Broncos.
Last basket was made by Hollingsworth, who now has 6 points in this game. I like the way she drives to the basket. I think all her points have been off those tough layups we talked about, but something to contribute to the Broncos.
Almost all of the points for the Broncos have been tough layups or layups all together. There's really nothing.
Or the free throws.
Or the a lot of them, maybe all of them, the free throws.
Mainly the free throws.
Hollingsworth and Walker will come back in. O'Connor and Kempton will take a seat. Hollingsworth's coming in to try to match the size a little bit, probably, that the Broncos are putting out there. Trong has ball on the near side, looking to drive or looking to pass. Nothing there. Gets to Walker back at the top. Ejim sets the screen. She goes around her, looks for the layup, and just misses the layup, but Ejim gets the board. Up the clock back to 20 seconds. It's in the corner now with Walker, the far corner. Bring it back towards the middle, looking to drive as Williams gives it to Trong. The middle's just not there. Let's see what they come up with. Ejim puts up the shot, but it's called 3 seconds in the paint. Second time we've seen that on Gonzaga.
So to say, once again, they've been focusing on the paint for 3 seconds. Don't know why, but.
Bryce Nixon will come back in for the Broncos. Just under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Big lead for Gonzaga. Broncos passing around the perimeter. Now they drive. Looking to the other side. That is intercepted there by Trong.
Really, intercepted.
She looks all the way down court. And, the layup is missed. That was Michaela Williams with that layup there. Just misses it. Santa Clara has the ball again at the top of the perimeter. Nixon drives in. Nice easy layup, and that one is good. Really no pressure or defense there on her. She just walked away to the basket. That one's intercepted. Santa Clara has the ball back out to the perimeter. I thought she was going to shoot that one, but she tries to drive back to the middle, and they reset it.
Seems like whenever Hollingsworth picks up her dribble, she gets stuck looking for who's next. So the Zags defense is covering all the options.
That one's up by Nixon for 3, and that one is off, and that's going to be an over the back. It's going to go to Gonzaga. Edmondson will come back in, as will Van Allen for the Broncos. Trong at the top, looks outside. Hollingsworth looks inside now. Williams will get another chance at the layup. That one is off and is rebounded by Santa Clara. Almost passed right back to Ejim, though. Ejim is Egypt's doing a very good job at intercepting those lanes. That one's up for three, and that one's in. Broncos trying to claw their way back into this game. It's going to be a tall task, but let's see if they can do it. Starting to pick up their shots just a little bit more. Walker looking to go inside, goes back to the middle, gives it to Trong. Trong fakes the three. Now stutter steps, goes towards the middle. Looking for the layup, finds the layup, and it's in.
Okay, the Trong twins amaze me how they literally go all through the middle of the paint to the other side to get their basket. Like,
they weave in.
Weave out, weave through their own teammates. How they are able to find their shot is just great, and that's a great shot by Van Allen.
If Van Allen can get that step back going, it could have been a big day, but just couldn't get that going all game.
Say first shot we seen by her, like that went in.
Yeah, I think at all, maybe in a while. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Trong drives in. She's looking out. She looks at Williams for three. Williams takes it to the middle, wide open. That one's in. 1 second. That'll do it for the third quarter. Nice little shot there.
Great little pull-up, dribble pull-up.
59-35 Bulldogs. You're watching Gonzaga basketball on the WCC Network here on Stadium. We will be back for the fourth quarter in the kennel after this. Stay tuned. We are back at the kennel. Gonzaga has a big lead here. That one is in for Gonzaga, so it's 61-35 with fourth quarter just starting here. Almost a 30-point game in the Zags' favor. Santa Clara trying to come back. And that one is in. Another tough lay-in for Santa Clara. And it just happened. It just happened. The half-court shot has been made. For anybody that goes to Gonzaga games, there has not been one all year.
All year.
Every game's had one, men's and women's. And with just 2 games after this, someone finally makes one. The mid-range jumper is off.
His name is Anthony. I don't know his last name.
I don't know his
Anthony,
last name.
you are a winner. We were cheering for you. We're so happy for you.
They can never take that away from you.
Ever.
You are the half-court champion of 2021-2022. Van Allen will look to drive, has nothing going. Now she takes a tough 2 and makes it.
See, now we see the Broncos hitting their tough shots and, you know, hitting their shots and everything. However, it is the fourth quarter.
And that one is Verjoge.
Could have been different or could have had a different story if the Broncos came out the way they are right now.
Pass all the way across court. This one's to Trong. Trong for three. That one is off and airballed, and it's almost saved. Salenbein, Bree Salenbein into the game now for the Zags. Williams will come out. Abby O'Connor will come in. Santa Clara looking for the three-pointer, and that one is off. Still looking for three-pointers, even though the twos are finally there. And that one is stolen away. They have numbers. Let's see if they use them. They do. They use them again, and that one's in.
See, now the Broncos are playing some nice basketball. They're showing how they can move the ball, how they can also score off the turnovers and have their fast break transitions. But like we're saying, it's the fourth quarter. If they did this a little bit earlier, it could have been a different ball game.
You got to play better defense than that as well. A couple passes. Great passing by Gonzaga, and that one's in for Ejim. Sorry for not Ejim. For Joge. Swinging it around. That one would have been intercepted. It was a good look there out of the corner. Another lay-in.
I don't know what the pep talk was at the end of that third quarter, but the Broncos are really stepping up now in this fourth quarter. But the Zags are not letting down, scoring off of every time they score, they come back down court and score too.
They are defensively not there, and looks like a timeout is called. Timeout is called here. Not exactly sure what it is just yet. Looks like they're trying to fix the time, and the time is now fixed. Either the time or the score. They were looking at the scoreboard, so it's either the time or the score that we're trying to fix. Shaylee Harris will come on in. Eric will come back in the game as well for Santa Clara. Back to the game here. Santa Clara over to the top. Looks inside again. Nice pass there, but just not handled. Back to the top for three. That one is off. I understand taking the threes. You're trying to come back in this big lead, but just can't knock them down today. Trong in the corner. Looks at Kempton in the middle. Kempton makes a move, goes back out to Salenbein, over to O'Connor. She drives, she takes the pull-up, and that one is off from the middle.
I like the spacing that the Zags had just then, though. With Kempton in that middle, you could swing the ball in, swing the ball out, and moving that ball around gives you great gives you great looks to the basket.
An air ball there by Santa Clara. Had an open shot, just couldn't knock it down. Trong does, though. Trong sisters are very good at knocking those down, and this one's almost stolen.
Great hustle by Bree over there. I love how the team can be all the way down the court, but you can have one player on the Zags who's going to be backcourt with whatever team they're playing against, trying to get that last-minute steal or early on steal.
And with the bench was celebrating that three, and they almost got pummeled because the ball then rolled over towards them. They were scurrying to get out of the way so they didn't get run over with the commotion coming for the ball. Just under 5.5 left here in the final quarter, fourth quarter. 70-45, Gonzaga lead. Moving it around, looks for three, she drives, and it gets blocked away.
Yeah,
Joge.
Anna has had a great game, if you ask me, for tonight, or today, in the Kendall. And actually, last time they played, she played a key role in maintaining GU's lead. as if she
Walker
did tonight. Today.
almost had the three, and Gonzaga gets the ball back. Trong this time for three. That one's also off.
Once again, just props to Anna real quick. She was down there on the floor getting that ball for the Zags to have that second look at the three.
That one's laid in by Santa Clara. The hustling by Gonzaga. It's been outmatched by no one. Diving on the floor, diving into the stands, getting back on defense.
That's the basketball I like to see.
Up 70 to 47. They're still diving all over the floor to make sure they get that ball back.
You gotta play through the whistle, play through the quarter. Like, until that buzzer goes off, the game is not over. Let's go, Anna!
Hop stepping in with the left hand. She now has 10 points in the game.
I don't remember Anna's last double-digit game, but tonight is the night to have one because it's almost senior night. She's a senior. She has 2 more games left in the kennel.
She gets 1 more rebound. She'll have a double-double as well.
I'm rooting for it.
That one's stolen away. Soundbine was driving the baseline, just couldn't get it back out. And that one is on the floor. They wave off the basket. And we will take a break here on the WCC Network. Gonzaga leads 72 to 47. We will be back with the end of this game here in the kennel. Stay tuned. Back here at the kennel. Not many games left here at the kennel, but we're in the middle of a big lead for Gonzaga. 72 to 47 with just over 3 left in the fourth quarter. And Gonzaga has really been hustling a lot in this game, even with the big lead.
That made me sad when you said that not many games left. I just can't get over how fast the season has went by.
I know, it started right around Halloween, and here we are at the end of the season. It's like, where did it go? It's like it was barely even here. Santa Clara will start with the ball and inbound, and here we go. Anna Johnson has the ball. She drives on the outside, passes off, another drive, up and in, and it's good.
Now I see why they can score the basketball. And I'm sure on nights where their shots are going in a little bit more easier than they have tonight, they're a phenomenal team and have great offense, but they just had a slow start in the first half of today's game.
Gonzaga with the ball at the perimeter, looking to go inside. No one's there. Goes all the way across court. Trong has to put up a shot, and she's going to get a shot clock violation. I think she was trying to draw the foul and just couldn't get to it. Jaylee Harris will come back in. Veal will take a seat. 2:38 left here in the fourth. Game that's all but done. Tipped away and out of bounds. Will stay with Santa Clara. Two and a half left here in the fourth. Santa Clara has the ball, but they do not have the lead there, down 72 to 49. Gonzaga really pulled away in the paint, and Santa Clara started making their shots, but it was too late when they got to that point. Gets the ball back, so it was almost a turnover. Knocked away again, 1 second left on the clock. Santa Clara gets it, makes the lay-in. Great pass there, but Anna Johnson comes in and just blocks it away from Ejim from behind.
Two big plays by so Anna comes out and the crowd claps for her. But two big plays by the Broncos just now. One, playing through the game, getting that almost turnover to score the 2 points, and then getting that block down low.
Fajoge will finish with 12 points and 9 rebounds.
I was hoping she would have got that double-double, but I'll take the 12 points, 9 rebounds. Go, Anna.
And the win.
And the win, right?
Just under 2 minutes left in this game, 72 to 51. Three put up, and that one's in. That's the first three they've made in the second half, or second three they've made in the second half. So just not shooting well today, and especially from outside.
And for Nixon, that gives her 10 points for today.
Great off the bench for them. Into the corner for the Zags. Little goes to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth pumps, tries to drive. She's underneath the basket. Looks for Ejim. Ejim makes it in. You heard the collective gasp as it hits the back of the rim there.
Right.
It goes in. Sydney Bevington will come in for Santa Clara. This is the first we're seeing of her. Freshman guard. And they'll use a timeout. So Gonzaga's wrapping up this game here against Santa Clara with that big 74-54 lead. Have 2 games left in the season, one against Pepperdine and one against LMU, and then that's it. Then it's time for the WCC championship. So what kind of chance do you think they have going into WCC play?
I definitely think the girls I think they have a chance to win like they had last year. Yes, BYU is a great team, but you saw the game last year. They won a buzzer beater. They won the USF game at a buzzer beater. GU will not give up. They're going to play to the end. So if they play like they're playing tonight and they have that drive, determination as they always do, I have no doubts that they'll be a contestant in the WCC championship.
Probably one of the most unbelievable finishes to a game. Jill Townsend hitting that buzzer beater to win the WCC, guarantee them a spot in the NCAA March Madness bracket, where they went in as a 5 seed. They didn't get it done though, but this year this team is just very good, spreading the ball around, and they just look like a really good team this year. I'm excited to see what they're going to do going on to that. So Pepperdine will be February 24th, LMU February 26th. Pepperdine starts at 6 p.m., LMU at 2 p.m. Catch both of those on SWX locally, or you can catch them on gozags.com if you are out of market. Gonzaga just pulled away from the paint. I mean, it definitely it got a little closer, but 50 of their 74 points in the paint. Santa Clara got to about 30 points in the paint, which is a big difference from the beginning of the game. They weren't even at 10 at the half. They weren't even at 10, so a big difference there.
What still shocked me, well, I don't know if it was shocking, but it just kind of made my eyes like, But the Zags have not been to the free throw line in the whole second half. And Santa Clara has 0 fouls with this whole second half.
I'll one up you there. They haven't been to the free throw line since the first quarter of the game. They're 2 for 3. Those were all 3 of them were in the first quarter. Gonzaga shooting 58% on the game. Santa Clara shooting 38%, and that's the big difference in the game so far. So that's an illegal screen. It'll go back to Santa Clara. There's about 30 seconds left in the game. This is a big win for Gonzaga. They really needed after that BYU loss. Most of Gonzaga's losses this year are to some of the best teams in the country. 2 to BYU, and 2 to Stanford. And then I believe 1 to UC Davis. And that's their losses for the year. So you look at the team and you're saying, you know, a 6-7 loss team, but those aren't easy losses. You know, those aren't ones they should have won. Yes, they had chance, especially against Stanford the first time around, but those are some tough teams. Stanford being one of the top 5 teams in the country.
And like you said, maybe they didn't win those games, but getting the experience to play those games and then play the way they did play, that just shows, okay, this is the team we had, this is what we can do, and it kind of gives you an idea of what you might look like in the NCAA tournament play.
And Stanford at the time, they were in the game the whole time, actually leading at the half. They ended up losing 66 to 62. That was the first time they played them. They did play them later on, 66 to 50. But in this one, they will win 74 to 58 as time is now running down. 2-1, and that is the ball game, folks. Gonzaga takes the win from Santa Clara, 74 to 58. And this game is points in the paint, points in the paint, points in the paint for Gonzaga. Unbelievable game for Verjoge and Walker. And Verjoge will be named player of the game. She had an unbelievable game. We talked about almost a double-double.
Right. 12 points, 9 rebounds for Anna Verjoge.
She also had a block and a steal. She played 23 minutes on the entire game. Only missed 3 shots the entire game. Great game for her. Sierra Walker also had a great game with 10 points. Kempton had 11 points. Trong had 15 points. Trong only missed 1 shot the entire game, and it was a 3 in the beginning of the game. She made one of the only 2 free throws of the entire game for Gonzaga. So an unbelievable game for Gonzaga. A lot of points to go around altogether. Ejim also finished with 12. The Trong sisters had 15 and 6. And again, just a great game overall by Gonzaga. Any finishing thoughts here for you?
I would say great win for the Zags. Great job by Anna, and congrats Coach Lisa Fortier for the fastest GU women's coach to reach 200 wins at the youngest. You're great. We love you. Go Zags.
And again, it's just unbelievable what she's done with this program, how they are in it every year. And I mean, that stat just shows it right there. She's the fastest Gonzaga women's coach to 200 wins. And again, they're on their way probably to another appearance in the March Madness tournament. Well, I've been Chris Schnabel, joined by Bria Cade. We've been giving you the Gonzaga basketball from the kennel. You can catch it next time on SWX when they take on Pepperdine. That'll be on the 24th at 6 p.m. Thank you for watching. And that is it from the kennel. We'll see you next time on the WCC Network and on Stadium. Have a great day, everybody.